In my selection of the story Araby, Joyce explains how the general mundane of adult life takes precedence over entertaining activities. He asserts, when he was midway through his dinner, I asked him to give me the money to go to the bazaar. He had forgotten. My uncle said he believed in the old saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Joyce 97. This excerpt was crucial while I was analyzing the development of the narrator. He is a young boy who is foolishly in love with his friend's sister. The narrator's vision is set on one thing and one thing only, getting to the bazaar to purchase something to prove his love. Similarly, the uncle is focused on work and forgot about the bazaar, and giving his nephew money to go to the bazaar that evening. I believe that Joyce is making the statement that the metamorphosis from adolescent to adulthood is when a person replaces things of enjoyment with the everyday life duties. When I was younger, I would look forward to the weekends because I was free to go out with friends and forget the week. It wasn't until I had a child that I stopped looking at weekends as fun-filled, carefree days. Now that I have a daughter, my weekends are more filled with the duties of parenting and typically work. If it wasn't for her reminding me to put the brakes on my life, to stop and watch the sunset, I would simply work my life away and become the uncle in Araby, allowing the mundane to overtake life's little enjoyments. The narrator in the story of Araby is a young man on the road to becoming an adult. However, he maintains the impatience of a child. At 9 o'clock, I heard my uncle's latchkey in the hall door. I heard him talking to himself and heard the hall stand rocking when it had received the weight of the overcoat. I could interpret these signs. When he was midway through his dinner, I asked him to give me money to go to the bazaar. When I had told him a second time, he asked me did I know the Arab's farewell to his steed. When I left the kitchen, he was about to recite the opening lines. Joyce 97. The narrator lacked the patience to listen to his uncle ramble on and recite the opening lines to the Arab's farewell to his steed. His lack of patience can be chalked up to his uncle running late, but I believe Joyce is making a bigger statement on the lack of patience the child has. Until the child grows up and realizes that life is a giant waiting game, he is going to be impatient and want things done on his own schedule. A perfect example of this is going to the dentist's waiting room. The parents of a child are always trying to rush the receptionist, while an older person is sitting quietly in the corner reading a magazine, waiting patiently for their name to be called. The child doesn't understand that things don't always happen exactly when they want them to. Because of this, the adolescent typically becomes anxious and bothersome to their parents. Joyce is explaining to his readers that the narrator is still in a liminal world where he wants to be taken seriously, but he is still a juvenile and is treated as one. Let's go.